Come on in, everyone. Come on in because we are finally here, y'all, for a pop the balloon. Let me get my lips right. Pop the balloon or find love review. And we're going to do the one with Arlette. That's the one I tend to like the most. And I can't watch all of them and do a review on all of them, y'all. It's too long. So what we're going to do is we're going to just look at one match, because I want to go a little bit in depth on the match. I want to see what y'all see versus what I see. And we're going to see on this particular one, the young lady actually did choose someone. So we're going to see if we agree on who she chose as her mate. I want to see what the men say. I want to see what she says. And I want to see what her decision making is, because as we know, I often talk about on this channel, decision making on who we pick and choose to date. So first of all, right before the young lady comes out, this is the group of men right here. This is the group of men that are standing, waiting for this young lady to come out. And so first up, I don't know if any of y'all watch my channel regularly, but you know what? I always look at nonverbal and verbal cues. I don't just look at what people say. I look at what people do. So we get the benefit of looking at this little snapshot of the men right before they come out. And these are how many are there? 3, 6, 8 men in line. I'm going to give you a little hint because I want you to focus on the main characters. And it's going to be hard to watch all people at one time. So I want you guys to focus on the third gentleman in the black, because he makes it far. Well, let me say this. Focus on the second gentleman with the white shirt on with his head down. That, first of all, is a bad sign. The head is down, okay? That tells me he ain't expecting much, because she ain't even come out yet. But that tells me right there he's not expecting too much. He's not highly anticipating her reveal. So he may look a little, that's to me feels like an unenthusiastic position, but okay. So concentrate on him, the second guy with the white shirt on that says, what does that say? I love world peace. Okay, brother. And then we want to concentrate on the guy next to him in the black, the one with his feet spread out. That's not really good body language either. That body language says, I'm ready to get out of here. I'm ready to get out of here. So another guy that doesn't look too enthused. So I want you to concentrate on him. Skip over that next guy with the blue colored jeans. Don't worry about him. He's going to get eliminated. Skip over the guy with the plaid. Skip over him. Now concentrate on this guy here. The guy also head down, hands behind his back. Like I said, that head down to me is, I don't like the head down. So the head down. I also don't like the hands behind the back. That shows you're sort of closed off. That also doesn't show like you're in high anticipation. So keep an eye on him. The next guy with the black shirt on, you know what? He's going to get eliminated fast. So don't worry about him. And then, yeah, keep your eye on the last guy as well. You know, look at him. He's got his facial expression is one of high anticipation. His head is up and he's watching the door. Like I tell you, ladies, when you are out and you're going to an event, men watch the door. Men watch the door when you come in. And that's what a lot of men do. When I met my husband, he told me he saw me the minute I walked through the door. So you best be known, ladies out there, that when you walk through a door, there are men watching you. And what you want to do when you're first coming in, because the young lady is about to enter. She's about to enter the room. What you want to do as a young lady when you're about to enter a place where it's going to be mixing and mingling amongst the sexes is you want to make sure your head is up, not down like some of these fellas. And you want to make sure you're scanning the room and looking too, if you can. I didn't see my husband when I met him because there was a lot of people at that party. So I didn't see him, but he told me he saw me. So I guess that's the most important thing. But if you're at a smaller party, what you need to do, ladies, when you walk into the room is your head needs to be up. And you need to be looking for the right things. First of all, a lot of women, when they walk into a space, unfortunately, a lot of women, they spend too much time looking at other women. So they walk into a room and the first thing they do is, let me see what my competition is here. And they start looking around at all the other women. That's a waste of time, because you're not here to mix and mingle with no women. But a lot of insecure women, they walk into a room, and what they do is they size up the ladies first because they want to know their competition. That's not a good sign. That's not walking into a room with confidence. When you walk into a room with confidence, you want to feel like you're the only woman in the room, and all eyes on you. So you could care less what other women look like, because don't worry about that. And the other reason why you want to walk into the room with your eyes up is because you actually want to be scanning the room of the men. If you're going here to meet someone, this is if you're going to meet someone. If you're just going over here to have fun, then have fun. But if you're going there because you're in a stage of your life where you want to meet someone, you need to walk into the room with your head up and your eyes panning the room. Now, a lot of people say, well, that's thirsty. You hunting a guy. No, you're not. What you're looking for is two things. One is you're looking for guys that you might like aesthetically, okay? And what you're also looking for is you're looking to make eye contact with a guy who already likes you. Like I told you, when you walk into a room, there are some guys who are watching the door. So if you don't walk in with your head up and your eyes open, you're going to miss the very first physical cues of whether or not a guy is interested in you, because his first initial moment of laying eyes on you, he's going to give you a verbal indication of whether or not he likes what he sees. That is going to be one of your most true, authentic moments, is when he first lays eyes on you. Because after that, depending on if he likes you or he doesn't like you, he's then going to behave towards you the way he likes you or not. So you really want to make sure you have sort of a physical connection with that person. Watch them. Like I always say on this channel, don't just listen to what they say or watch what they do. Right? And if you're not paying attention when you walk in a room, you're going to miss all of the nonverbal cues that men are giving you. Okay, so you want to look for not only men that you find aesthetically pleasing, but you want to look at the men who have shown an early interest in you because they've locked eyes in with you, they're noticing you, and they're giving you verbal cues that they like what they see. They're either nodding at you, they're smiling at you, showing their teeth. They're doing something, because when a man likes a woman, it's hard for him to hide it. He may be able to hide it later on, but when he first sees you, if he's impressed with you, you're going to be able to see it on him. And if you're not paying attention, if you're too busy checking out the women, if you're too busy fidgeting with your own clothes, or too busy looking at your girls or whoever you're with, you're going to miss the cues that the men have already given you. You're going to miss all those nonverbal cues. So what I want to do, ladies, is she's going to walk in the room. And like I said, I want you, when I start playing this video, I'm going to want you to pay attention to at least 3 or 4 of the men. I want you to pay attention to the guy in the white shirt, number 2, number 3, the guy in the black, not 4, not 5, number 6. I want you to pay attention to him, and I want you to pay attention to 8. I want us to look at their movement. And then after we see their movement, then we're going to talk about that part first. So let's get it started, ladies. Let's get it started.
Welcome in. What's your name?
Tosh.
Tosh, how old are you?
I'm 25.
And what do you do?
I'm a registered nurse.
Okay, very nice. What are some things you like to do for fun?
I love to travel. I really love Pilates. I love trying like yoga.
Okay, I'm going to stop it right there. It's going to be the first verbal cue I'm going to give you. The guy in the black, I already know he likes her. And the reason why I know he likes her is he's straightening up. He's fixing himself. He's like, oh yeah, let me get ready for her. I like her. Let me fix myself up. The guy in the white, number 2, he at least lifted his head up. So that's a good sign. He lifted his head up. He's paying attention to her. That's a good sign. That's the 2 we're going to pay attention to. We come down the line. We can't really see the last guy. It's cut off. But the guy right here in the white shirt, what I don't like about him is he's got a toothpick in his mouth. I don't like the toothpick in his mouth. That represents to me like I'm not really trying to make a good first impression. So right now, I don't like the fact that he got that toothpick in his mouth, and he still got that same position where he's got his hands behind his back. So what he has not done yet, is he hasn't opened up to this girl yet, this lady. He hasn't opened up to her. Physically, I would say right now that I wouldn't say that she is his physical type. Because if she were something very, very pleasing to him right off the bat physically, he would have dropped his hands, he would have pulled that toothpick out his mouth, and he would have had a better position. Right now, he's got that sort of look where he's looking up at her like in his upper eyes. He ain't made up his mind yet whether he likes her or not, which means physically she hasn't blown him over. But the third guy, he likes what he sees. He's straightening up. He physically likes what he sees. Let's keep going. Let's see if we get any more verbal cues as she walks out here and takes the mic.
Name?
Tosh.
Tosh, how old are you?
I'm 25.
And what do you
Okay, so did y'all notice that right quick? The guy I complained about that had the toothpick in his mouth, he quickly pulled it out his mouth. Okay, so maybe when she was walking in, he couldn't get a good enough look of her. Okay, but as she came closer into frame, he was like, oh, okay, maybe I can work with this. Maybe I can work with this. And all of a sudden, he snatched that toothpick out his mouth and he dropped those hands a little bit with that balloon. Okay, so let's keep going. We got Tosh. That's her name. It's going to be Tosh.
How old are you?
I'm 25.
And what do you do?
I'm a registered nurse.
Okay, very nice. What are some things you like to do for fun?
I love to travel.
Oh, wait a minute. My guy right there, the sixth guy, he's already put his hands back behind his back again. That was quick. But he does have the toothpick still out. But that posture he has, I don't know if any of you guys are into body language, that posture that he has is still saying that he's summing her up. He's listening to her, but he's summing her up. So that's a half and half position. Halfway he's interested because he did lift his head. He's looking at her. But halfway he's not all the way there because his balloon is still behind his back. I don't know. I find it quite interesting. And the last guy on the end, we still can't really see the last two. They're out of frame. But she says she's 25. She's a registered nurse. At 25, a registered nurse? Girl, get it, girl. Get it, girl. That takes some discipline and hard work. So I'm already impressed with Tosh, who's 25. She looks pretty. She looks classy. She's got this nice flowery or bubbly or safari dress on with a hint of sexiness with her waistline out. She looked like she got some good Michelle Obama arms. She's got a nice clean hairstyle. Not a lot of frills, not a lot of jewelry, not a lot of makeup. Just nice and simple. She's coming out to be like a wholesome girl. So far, she's looking like a nice, wholesome girl. Okay, let's keep going.
I really love Pilates. I love trying like yoga classes, working out, spending time with friends and
So she really says, I'm going to keep stopping and y'all can get mad if you want to. She says she really likes Pilates. She likes yoga class. If you notice, the guy who's third from the position, the minute she says she likes yoga and Pilates, he started shaking his head. That's a nonverbal communication. So far of all the guys, I'm going to tell you right now, the one that is showing the most interest is number 3. First of all, he liked what he saw when she came out. She didn't even open her mouth. He liked her physically. So the minute she opened up her mouth and the tone of her voice came out, which sounds like a soft voice, soft and sweet, and she says she likes Pilates and yoga, he's like, yeah, I'm liking this. Everybody else in frame, they're still pretty stoic. They're still pretty stiff. They're not showing a lot, which tells me at this moment they're holding their opinion, especially this guy over here in the green. He's definitely holding his opinion back. Okay, so let's keep going to hear more about Tosh.
family.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, what are some things you look for in a man?
First you have to have a relationship with God. You have to be family oriented. You have to have great communication skills.
Oh, look at that right there. She's saying, first of all, you have to have a relationship with God, friends, and family. Look at the guy in the green shaking his head. He's saying, nah, 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 nah. It's like he doesn't like it. His face now has a scowl. And he's taking his hands from behind his back. Now they're dropped at his side. But his head is shaking. No, his hand is down here twitching. The second guy in the white shirt, who I originally had in Keep Your Eye on Him, his head now has gone from standing at attention watching her to now his head is dropped. So it sounds like whatever she's saying is not really resonating with him quite yet. The last guy on the end, I said keep your eye on. He's still at attention. He got his balloon in the front. He's looking at her intently. His head is still eye. He's paying attention. So I'm going to say right now that the second guy didn't really quite like her when she says, I want a man who knows God or who's very God-centered or whatever, has a relationship with God. He wasn't completely in tune with it. The guy that number 6 with the green pants on, he seemed to not like it at all. And the last guy, he seems to be okay with it as well. So let's keep going. And the black guy, not the black guy, the guy with the black on, he's once again shaking his head up and down saying, yeah, I like that.
You have to be romantic.
Okay. And now what are some of your deal?
Okay, and then as we see there, after she finished talking, what did the guy in the green do? He shook his head again. He didn't like it. He put the toothpick back in his mouth and he put his hands back behind his back. I don't think he likes her, y'all. I don't think he likes her at all. All his body language is telling me he doesn't like her. The black guy is the most enthusiastic. And like I said, the other two guys are standing at attention. So let's keep going.
Breakers.
You don't have a relationship with God. The kids, it depends. It depends. Yeah. You're not romantic. You can't communicate. So yeah.
Okay. All right. So we did get
Okay, so the guy over there, I said don't pay attention to him because I said he's going to get eliminated real early anyway. So don't worry about it. He's getting eliminated because she don't want to really date no man with kids. Okay, let's keep going, Todd.
pop balloon.
Okay.
It's going down over there. See what's going on.
Okay, so her must-haves. She wants a man who has a relationship with God, who loves God. She wants him to be able to communicate, and she wants him to be romantic. Those are the things that she really wants. Okay, so let's keep going.
All right. Your name and age.
How you doing? My name is Nati. I'm 25 years old.
Nati, why did you end up popping your balloon?
First off, you're very pretty, and all my family's in healthcare too, so I like that you're a registered nurse. That's very cool. Right now in my life, I'm not really I wouldn't identify as a Christian or anything religious, but yeah, I guess that's pretty much it. But I mean, you're cool though. I like you.
Okay. Thank you.
Now, is Nati someone that's your type?
I would say he's very handsome. So yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. We do still have quite a few balloons left unpopped. Okay. I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to hand you a pick, and I'm going to have you pop.
That guy in the green shirt does have a lot of nonverbal communication. He's nodding his head. Like I said, I don't think he's interested in her, but he's nodding his head every time Arletta says something. But he's still got that same position with the hands behind the back and the balloons not even in front. That's a position of assertiveness, of dominance. I don't know what else you call it. It's not really an open position. It's one of I'm still evaluating you and I want to have like a little bit of power over you. That's kind of the position. Everyone else, if you notice, their balloons are in front. So let's keep going.
2 balloons based off of what you're seeing so far, who may not really be your type, outfit, whatever it is. I'm going to go ahead and hand that over to you.
Now, if you notice, I'm going to stop it here. If you notice, when Arletta said, I'm going to let you have someone, let you pop a balloon, the people that I'm looking at the guy in the black. And when she announced that you could pop the balloon, this is one of the things that he did in the black, which told me he was nervous. He was nervous because he was like, oh no, here it comes. I hope she doesn't pop my balloon. That's what I inferred from that. When he did like this, he was like, oh, I hope I'm not the one that gets my balloon popped. Now, the guy over here with the green pants on, his head dropped. His head dropped. And guess where his balloon is? His balloon ain't even in front. Is he paying attention? Your balloon may get popped, fella. Why isn't your balloon even in front? Now, is your balloon hidden because you're trying to send her a message that you don't even want your balloon to get popped? Or is your balloon still in the back because you're not paying attention with your head down and you're really not interested in this woman? Which one is it, fella? Because right now, they're about to get ready to pop some balloons and you're not even ready to get your balloon popped. Are you trying to tell us you are so sure that your balloon ain't going to get popped that you don't even have it in front? Interesting. Okay, let's get going.
Okay.
And go ahead and pop those two. Okay, and one more. Okay, let's start over here since we're here. Name and age.
Dante, 25.
And Dante, why did you have your balloon unpopped?
You're melanated. Bro, chocolate man. Hey, haven't seen no one like that in Arizona in a long time. So, hey, looks smooth, you feel me?
Got it. So why did you end up popping his balloon?
You just seem very flashy. Like the teeth,
Word.
the piercing. Yeah, it's very flashy. I don't like flashy men.
Oh, this was actually settled today, too.
Okay, so now we know why she popped his balloon. She popped his balloon because he's too flashy for her. She does look sweet. Like I said, she does look wholesome. I don't really see any visible tattoos. So if she does have tattoos, she's probably the type of lady that has gotten a tattoo, but she's put it in a place where when she wants to show it, she can. And when she doesn't want to show it, she doesn't have to show it. So she looks like a very wholesome lady. And what she's telling this guy is he's way too flashy for her. Way too flashy. He's like Crocodile Dundee. I don't know what's going on over there. But anyway, number 2 with the white shirt on, he finds it hilarious. But let's keep going.
Oh, yeah, this was settled. Ooh.
So that means you are flashy then.
Oh, well, I got everything I got. You know what I'm saying? Right, you know what I'm saying? If you see my garage, if you probably gonna call me flashy. So, like, cool. Like, it is what it is.
Okay, all right. And then we did pop one more. Let's head down over here. Okay, your name and age.
John, I'm 31.
And John, why did you have your balloon unpopped?
I mean, she fine. You feel me? I love a chocolate woman, so I see you blushing. But yeah, that's why I had my balloon unpopped.
Okay, got it. And now, why did you end up popping his?
I don't really like dreads. That's why. I like a cut, nice cut.
Okay, so she popped him because she doesn't like his look. The dreads kind of style going on. All righty, young lady. Okay. She probably don't like his look overall, period. He probably ain't tall enough for her either. But let's keep going.
But yeah, that's the only reason.
Thought she was gonna be with the
Sorry.
Jamaican type look. You feel me? You just got the safari going. You feel me? But I mean, I feel you. I feel you.
Okay, thank you. Oh, all right. Name and age.
Chris, 27.
Okay, Chris, why did you end up popping your balloon?
Because she don't like dreads. And I used to have dreads. And when the summer up, I'm going to put them back in. So she going to hate me.
I like them pulled back. Yours look nice. But
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
That's interesting. He said he popped his balloon because she said that he doesn't like she doesn't like dreads, and he says I'm gonna put them back in later on, so you probably won't like me. That's what I'm telling you, ladies. Be careful of the things that you say, because especially with women, we change our look all the time, and we assume that men don't change their looks too. You could meet a man and say, "Oh, I like a woman with her natural hair." But you could just be finding her at the moment in her time where she's wearing her natural hair. I mean, look at me. I wear my natural hair all the time. But I ain't afraid of doing some braids, some crochet braids. And recently, I just bought me some clip-in hair pieces. I might be rocking that pretty soon, y'all. I ain't put them in, but I might do me some clip-ins. I've never tried them before, but I might do them. So, my husband has had to get used to different types of hairstyles. So, be careful. I know this is pop the balloon and you got to come up with a criteria. But when you're out there in the world, be careful just eliminating men because of something temporary like a hairstyle look. Because you don't know what moment in time you're catching that guy. Maybe that's the look he has now. Maybe he's at an in-between stage, just like we be in in-between stages. So I always think that's kind of like a frivolous thing to, eliminate a person over. But in this scenario, I guess she had to pick, her bottom ones. And so she went with that guy too. So, okay.
But you very pretty though.
Thank you. Thank you.
Now, is he someone that's your type?
I don't know. I have to learn more about him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, mysterious.
Right.
Yeah.
We'll let her slide with that. All right, so we do have 4 balloons left unpopped. Go ahead and ask these guys a question to help you narrow it down.
Okay. So, what do you guys like to do for fun?
That number 3 guy still nodding his head with the black shirt. When she said, "Is he your type?" She says, "I don't know. I have to see about that." Number 3 guys probably said, "Yeah, I kind of look like him. We both about the same height." But he's clean cut. So number 3 is thinking, yeah, I'm doing good right now because I'm clean cut, just what she likes. He's probably thinking right now he is winning. First of all, I don't even like that question. Girl, you ain't gonna get but a few questions. And the one about what you like to do for fun, I think it is an important question, but if I'm coming on the show and I only get a few questions to ask, the one, what do you like to do for fun, wouldn't be my first one to ask. But you know what? We'll roll with her. I like her, so I'm gonna roll with her. Let's see what the answers come up to be.
Let's start here with your name and age.
My name's Ryan. I'm 26.
Ryan, what do you like to do for fun?
I like to stay active, so I like going on hikes. I like going to museums. I think I'm very much a morning person, so less about nightlife activities and more about anything we can do early in the day. Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay.
Good.
Nothing was wrong with his answer. I liked his answer. But what I didn't like about him, he wasn't looking at her. He was more looking at like Arletta or looking at the mic. Remember, he was the one with his head down. He wasn't really looking. So right now, I feel like his interest in her is like lukewarm, because there's been a lot of times where he could have made like eye contact with her, and I feel like he hasn't. And it's, when the cowboy guy was talking, he was being entertained, he was laughing, but what he wasn't doing was he wasn't paying like a lot of attention to her. So right now I'm gonna like label his sort of attraction to her as sort of lukewarm. So I'm gonna keep going.
Yep.
Okay. Name and age.
My name's Justin, and my age is 26.
Okay, and now, Justin, what do you like to do for fun?
I like to go skating, like roller skating and everything. I'm real active. And, I love to play basketball too, so that's what I love to do, And I love to eat different food places and everything too. So, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so did you see the difference in his communication? He was looking at her. So the question was asked from Arletta, but when he responded to the question, he looked at her. That's the difference. He looked at her. He wasn't looking at Arletta, and he wasn't looking down at the mic. This guy likes this woman. I've seen enough so far to know that he likes her. Everything is telling me that he likes her. Now, he got a lot of, and like to do this. He may not be the most polished guy in his speech, but his nonverbal communication is saying he likes her. That's what it's saying. Okay, let's keep going.
Let's go on over here. Your name and age.
I'm Trey, 25 years old.
Trey, what do you like to do for fun?
I love friends and family. I'm a very big family-oriented person, whether it's chosen family or biological family. I spend a lot of times with my pastors, my friends. I have some friends that live in other states, so I'll get on the game with them from time to time. But that's really it. I'm a really relaxed person, but I love adventure. Like, I'm in a part of my life where I'm doing stuff that I enjoy. Like, I just went skydiving. I'm doing this. I'm putting myself out there trying to do stuff that I enjoy, learn more about myself.
Okay.
Okay, that was a long answer. He's obviously sort of more articulate than the guy in the black. And I'm actually surprised that he said that I wouldn't say he liked God, but he has a relationship with God. Because when she came out and started talking about that she wanted a man who was God-fearing or whatever, remember his nonverbal communication was like, no. So I don't know if I read his nonverbal wrong, or if this is what I'm talking about, ladies, is the tongue saying one thing, but what he thinks is completely different. Now, I will say this about that long-winded speech. The long-winded speech almost seemed like he was kind of being boastful about himself. It was more than just what do you like to do for fun. You see, she only asked, what do you like to do for fun? Then he started giving, I hang out with my pastors. Pastors? What? Are you trying to impress her? because she says she wants a God-fearing. Are you dropping in the chat right here talking about, let her know that I also have a relationship with God, that I hang out with my pastors, with plural. And then he went on and said all the things he likes to do because who he is. Okay, I'm getting a little confused, but I'm gonna tell you where I'm standing right now. When I look at his body language, I don't like any of it. In the beginning, like I told you, I didn't like the hands behind the back. I didn't like the looking down. I didn't like the toothpick in the mouth. It gave me, I could care less. Now, all of a sudden, the first time I get to listen to him, he's actually saying all the right things in a lot of ways, right? So you see and then you hear. Me personally, y'all, I'm a girl who goes off what I see. I'm a girl who's going to go off what I see. What I see is going to trump what I hear. It's not that I don't listen to what I hear, but what I see gives more weight to me. Now, right now, she could be a little confused because he's saying all the right things in a lot of ways. He told her he likes God. He likes these types of things. But it was also a little bit, matter of fact. And remember, she likes a man who is romantic. So right now he's not giving me romantic vibes though. And like I said, he doesn't really give an open posture. He did look at her when he was talking. So I'm gonna give him a plus for that. But let's keep going. Let's see what else. I want to see the guy on the end too. Remember, because I said keep an eye on him. Let's get down there.
Name and age?
Key, 28.
Okay. Key, what do you like to do for fun?
So for fun, I like to, I'm a laid back guy, real chill, simple. Just hang out with friends, catch a sports game here and there. Take a walk in the park, something, catch a movie. I'm low maintenance. I don't really do too much, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the guy on the end. He says he's low maintenance. He likes to chill, take a walk in the park. That's romantic. He likes her. He likes her because he's looking at her. He's giving her eye contact. He's not looking at Arletta. So yeah, I think he likes her. He's still got an open position to her, I would think. I mean, his arms are crossed and such, but I think he's still very open to her. I do.
That's really it.
All right.
Okay, so based off of all this information you heard, I'm gonna have you pop one balloon.
Can I ask one more question?
Next round.
She talking about, can I ask one more question? No, girl, you wasted that first question on what you like to do for fun. You shouldn't have said that. That shouldn't have been your first question. But anyway, let's keep going, Tosh, girl. Let's keep going.
All right. Why do we end up popping his?
I just like the rest of their answers better. I mean, nothing you said is wrong. Like, I like to work out too and do the same things, but I just like their answers better.
Cool.
Yeah.
So, Ryan, why did you have your balloon unpopped for her?
I mean, she seems really mature, and I know you said you're a nurse, right?
Yes.
That's a hard thing to get into and takes a lot of discipline and like.
Girl, she read the verbal cues. Good for you, Tosh. Good for you. You read the verbal cues. And when she said, nothing's wrong with you, what did he say? Cool. Because it's what he wanted anyway. He wasn't interested. He was not interested. Let's keep going.
So just a great person.
So,
Like,
Ryan,
all
why did you
around,
have
like
your balloon
360.
unpopped for her?
Thank you.
I mean, she seems really
Right.
mature.
He admires her. He thinks she's a nice person, but he he knows she's not right for him for whatever reason. I don't know, but he knows. You could tell. That was like a politically correct answer. Nothing's wrong with them, but he just knows, nah, it's not a match for him either. So let's keep going.
And we do have two guys left. Oh, three. He was hiding his balloon. We do have 3 guys left. Go ahead and ask them another question.
Where do you guys see yourself in 5 years?
Okay. Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Investments, real estate, get into that, and honestly, I want to do some traveling too. I want to do a little traveling and everything. So, yeah, that's the main thing right there, and progressing in business, So, that's what I like.
Okay, let's go on over here.
Okay, 5 years. He wants to do investments. He wants to do real estate. I think I watched the earlier one where they got to say what he does for a living. I think he said he owned a trucking line, y'all. So this guy's entrepreneurial, and investments, real estate, that's furthering his entrepreneurial spirit. So this guy is not a corporate guy. He's more entrepreneurial. She right now has told us she's a registered nurse. So right now, what I know from her is, that's more of a 9 to, well, it ain't 9 to 5. Nurses work a lot of hours, but it's more she hasn't shown yet that she's entrepreneurial. She's a registered nurse. So he's entrepreneurial. We'll have to see how that sits with her, whether or not she likes that entrepreneurial spirit that he's showing. Okay, let's keep going.
All right. And what was your question again?
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In 5 years, I see myself building. I think 5 years, it's good to have an idea of what you want to do. I'd like to have a higher paying job, have a home instead of just an apartment. I'd like to be building with my family. But I think the best thing about looking forward is like having just like a purpose and a knack to go forward. Mm-hmm. Like if you asked me 5 years ago where I saw myself in 5 years, I wouldn't say here. I'm so much farther than I was, in a different area, like in a different direction. And so I just see myself moving forward.
Okay.
Okay, so once again, a long-winded answer. That's okay. He likes to talk. And he really does like to talk about himself. He's very articulate, though. He's able to really express himself for what he wants to do. He does well in interviews. I can tell you right now, probably any job he goes out for to get a job, he's going to do well because he speaks very well, and he's able to communicate and articulate very, very well. So I bet she probably liked his answer. I just wondered, does she like his look? Because she says she doesn't really like flashy guys. And this guy has on a pearl necklace and double earrings. I wondered, does she like that physically? A pearl necklace, double earrings. He's long-winded. He likes to talk. He had that dominance position.
Okay, where do you see yourself in 5 years?
In the next 5 years, hopefully, plan to keep growing my business. Be a homeowner, married, at least have, maybe 1 kid by then. But I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna go ahead and pop. It's nothing against you. I mean, you're a beautiful girl. It's just, you seem very soft-spoken, real chill, laid back. I am too. So I need someone to kind of like on the opposite spectrum of that.
Okay.
That's really it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I am.
Yeah. So
Okay.
That's interesting. So he popped his balloon because he said he noticed she was real chill, laid back, which I think she is. She's really wholesome. And what he's saying is, I'm like that too. And I really need someone who's going to spice up our relationship. Well, listen, fella. Your woman, you get with a spicy woman that you say you want, she's going to be bored with you. She's going to be bored with you. I know people like to marry opposites attract. Opposites attract in the beginning, but then what happens is later on, those opposites can start to cause problems in the relationship. Someone could be unhappy. Later on, he might want a more spicy woman, but he will get tired of that spice all the time, and she will get bored with him. So he might need to reevaluate what type of woman he wants just because he's so laid back. He really might need to evaluate. He might have been better off with a woman like her, but that's on him. She didn't pop his balloon. I don't even know if she would have liked him because he got on necklaces and earrings too. So we'll see. I think all the guys left have at least some type of jewelry on, but okay, let's keep going.
That's it. But yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
All right.
But she was someone that is your type?
Yeah, she's very pretty. I'd definitely approach her if I seen her out.
Okay.
Okay.
Now, is he someone that's your type?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you. Okay, so we've got our 2 guys left. Guys, any questions for our girl?
So once again, the other guy's balloon is behind his back. I don't know if he's hiding it. She don't want him to pop it no more. I don't know what's going on with him. You know, that he's conflicting to me because he's kind of like bad body language, good words in a lot of ways. That, you know, I'm starting I don't really trust him. I'm telling you right now, I don't really trust what I see and what I hear. I would have to know a lot more about him because I'm getting two mixed signals. I'm getting the words are not matching up with the body language, and as a result, for me, that becomes this. I would need further investigation if I were here with this. If I were here, as opposed to the guy in the black, he all in. He is all in.
You got one?
What's your love language?
I would say my love language is words of affirmation.
Okay.
Yeah. No, acts of service. Let me change that. Acts of service. That's my love language. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Sure. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
She said she wanted someone very affectionate. And when he got to ask a question, he said, what's your love language? That's going to speak to her because that means he wants to know how to give her the affection that she's looking for, right? So that was a good question, fella. You know what? That was a good question, number 3. She said she likes, well, first she said words of affirmation. Then she said acts of service. So she's saying then, I like a man of my word. I like you to show me, not necessarily always tell me, but she also wants to hear it. So when we talk about the guy on the end, he talked a lot about himself, but let's see how she responds to it.
Let's switch it to him. What's yours?
Yeah. See, I'm a real affectionate man. You feel me? So I'm big on I don't know where that goes into, affection. Physical, physical touch, because it's actually reason because I got 2 loving parents at home. You feel me? Mom and dad. That's just what I'm used to seeing. They got a good relationship with each other, so that's why I picked up on it. So that's what I like.
Okay.
Yeah.
He rapping, when like I said, he's not the smoothest communicator, so I'm not for sure if she likes that or not, because she's really highly articulate. I could tell that. She seems very smart. He's got sort of more like the street lingo. He says he's real affectionate though. He's like a he's like a baby thug, like the men who are thugs, but they real sweet, got a real kind heart. They're teddy bears. He's giving me that vibe. He's giving me that vibe. So I wonder how she's gelling with that right now. But he likes her. You could tell right now he really likes her.
Any questions down here?
Am I answering her question or?
No, you have a question for her.
Okay, Mr. Dude at the interview. Am I asking her question or I get to answer my own? With the balloon behind the back. Let's keep going.
Oh, what's your purpose in life? Do you know what you're here to do? Not just be an RN, but what are you here to do?
I definitely believe.
Okay, so he's asking her. So first right there, he's asking her, what is your purpose in life? So he's definitely asking her a question to interview her. The last guy, when he said, what's your love language? He asked a question in order to please her. He said, what's your love language? He was asking to get information so that he could please her. This guy right here is saying, what are your goals? Like he's in an interview. He's asking her a question, but he's actually asking her a question to vet her for himself. So like I said, this guy's on the fence. He's still actually feeling her out. He doesn't know whether he likes her or not, because the questions he's asking is saying, I'm not for sure I like you, so let me ask you an interview question. He's actually vetting her. The other guy in the black, he already likes her. That's why his question was about, what can I do to please you? And then figuring out how that also fits with him. This guy right here is still interviewing her. He's not 100% sold on her with that balloon behind the back and asking that interview question. Okay, fella, I already know what's going on.
If I'm here to help people in some way, that's why I became a nurse. But I also have an upcoming business. I invent children's toys, so dolls. Growing up, I never really seen many dolls that look like me, so I've started a business in which I'm creating dolls that look like me. So yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
All right.
That was good for me.
Okay.
Oh, I like Tosh. She's so cute. Okay. So remember the question I had, would she have an entrepreneurial spirit? Guess what? She does. She already has a business. She invents dolls that look like her. And she says she thinks she's here on earth to help people. I love her. She's so adorable. He was impressed. He was impressed when she said that she has a company to invent dolls. He's more corporate. Based on this, y'all, what do you think? What do you think? What's your match? What's your match? Because we're down to 2. Who should you choose? I'm going to say she should choose the guy in the black. Because he's the one that's shown the most interest in her. This other guy is still down here evaluating her. And what I don't like with him is I don't like the contradiction between his words and his physical movements. They seem to contradict for me. So I'm going to say I think she should choose the guy in the black. All signs point to him. He may not be as articulate as the other guy, but in terms of his emotions are with her. So let's see what she does. Okay, so he says that's good for me. Yeah, he liked the answer now. He's sold now. Now he's sold on her. But now he's smiling. Look at his teeth. He's smiling and everything. So the way she answered his question, she liked it. But let's see if she goes with the entrepreneur, or let's see if she goes with the corporate guy and the interview question guy. And although she passed his interview, will he pass hers?
All right, it is time to pop. Out of these 2 guys left, whose balloon are we popping?
Okay, interesting. Whose balloon are you going to pop? And the guy that kept the balloon behind his back all of a sudden now is handing her the balloon. And the guy who doesn't want her to pop the balloon is down to the bottom, darn near on the ground. So all this time he was concealing his balloon because he was reserving his judgment. I think I read that right. I think now, although he liked his answer, I think maybe he's figured out something or another. But now he's offered up his balloon. Let's see if Tosh reads the 2 different body languages. Let's see who she chooses.
All right, where do we end up popping his?
He won me over with that, how he was raised in a household with 2 parents, and he just grew up seeing like love, and that's really important to me too.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's why. But you're very handsome.
Thank you.
And I'm sure any woman will be lucky.
So she said the other guy won her over by saying he grew up in 2-parent household and he grew up seeing love. I don't know if the 2-parent household thing necessarily means it, as much as she's saying it did, but that's okay. But I think the part she's really locking in on is that he's seen love, and she kept saying over and over, that's what she wants. She wants to be loved. We don't even know if she came from a 2-parent household, but it's obviously very important. Remember, she said God-fearing, knows God, but is also a romantic and affectionate. And this guy said that he was God-fearing. So it sounds like she chose the affection over God. Because I don't even know if the guy in the black said that he loved God. I don't know if he verbally said it, but, interesting. So she chose the guy in the black. Okay. All righty. Let's keep going.
You have you, but yep, that's the reason.
Okay, so why did you have your balloon unpopped for her?
She hit the necessities and she qualifies for the preferences. You're gorgeous, which is a necessity for me. You love God, which is number 2 on that list. You're open and honest and transparent, and that's phenomenal. And you have family values, so that's fantastic. So I was ready.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
So he says he was in, that she had all the necessities for him, but his body language never said any of those things. I think what happened is towards the end, he was won over by her. But the problem is his start. So in the end, he was a person who reserved his judgment of her, which is no problem, right? Which and to some degree, you could say that's a plus, right? So to some degree, you could say this is a man who took his time versus the other guy. He was all in from the very beginning. I could tell he was all in from the very beginning. The question then becomes, do you want to be with a man who is very enthusiastic about you versus a man who tiptoed in on you? It just becomes your preference. There's an old saying that when a man really, 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 really loves you, he's going to treat you right. But when a man has to be convinced to like you, that might be a little bit different. So I really don't know, y'all. I'm kind of got mixed emotions, but it looks like she's choosing the guy in the black. And hopefully the only part about him is He isn't so articulate. I wonder if that will go well with her. He is ambitious. He wants to be an entrepreneur. He wants to be all those things. And I like that about him. So it'll be interesting to see how their personalities would gel. He also seems like the type of person who's a little bit more outgoing than her, and she's already said that she's more shy and reserved. So in a lot of ways, I would have thought maybe she is more with the thinker type of guy, the guy in the green. Maybe they would have been better together. Or maybe this is about the yin and the yang. Maybe she also needs a guy like the guy in the black to pull her out of her shell. Because like the other guy on the end, he was saying he didn't want to be with a similar personality. And here we have the situation right here where she's kind of low key, she's chill, she's quiet. Maybe she does need that more outgoing guy who's going to sort of bring her along. She likes yoga. She likes spiritual, meditating, calm energy. Maybe that guy down there on the end, he actually wants a woman like that because he already has enough of that rah-rah energy so that maybe they'll fit better together. Maybe she and the guy in the green, maybe they would be a little bit too boring together, too much thinking, too much business together. And I think she needs a little fun in her life. But I like the guy in the black's enthusiasm. I really do. And I pay attention. I always tell women, don't just look at guys you like. Look at the guys that like you. Because when guys like you, they are motivated to keep you happy.
All right. Let me bring you on up. Come on up.
He's like, I'm ready for it. He like, bring me on up. He's excited. He really likes this young lady. He really likes her.
All right, guys. Any final questions?
Nope. I don't have any more
You
questions.
ain't got no questions?
Nope.
Let me see. I ain't got no questions over here.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. So is it a yes for you for her?
It's a yes.
And is it a yes for you for him? We got a man. Let me take this mic. You guys can go on up.
Oh, he got jokes. He made her sweat a little bit, but he likes her. I hope he ain't too smooth and too much like a playboy. Because he can't, right then and there, he was kind of giving me a little bit of playboy vibes and what have you. But it's a match, y'all. It's a match. I hope she does a follow-up on this one. She does these little follow-ups, how it started, how it ended. If she does a follow-up on this couple, I want to see if these two are still together. But he going to bring a little spice to her life. If they make it, you can already tell he's going to bring a little spice to her life. And I hope it ain't too much spice. I really hope it's not too much spice. But that's it, y'all. Let me know what you think down below. Did she choose the right one? It's close, y'all. It's really close. So I could imagine that a lot of people would think that the guy in the green would be a better match for her. But he came around in the end. He did come around in the end. But I think he probably lost her in the beginning because he was showing so much reserve in the beginning. And like she said, she needs words of affirmation. And he wasn't giving her a lot of affirmation in his body language. And she probably would have needed to pick up on that in order for her to choose him. But there we go. Y'all. Talk to you later. Bye.